Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our updated van tour. It's been about 2 years since we've gotten Finn, and I think we're pretty settled on the layout, and wanted to give you an updated van tour to kind of show you what we put together. So the two things that were important to Nikki and I were simplicity and versatility. We've used the van multiple times for camping now, and we've also used the van multiple times to move around supplies for renovation projects like 8x4 plywood. We put baseboards in here, lots of furniture, bed frames, bed mattresses, and stuff like that. So it's been really great for us. The first thing I want to show you, the first thing that we started with were the floors, of course, right? Laminate vinyl flooring, very durable, waterproof. Then we built this cabinet. This cabinet is made by 1/2-inch plywood, custom made by myself and I. The bottom half, it has a milk crate for all of our snacks, easy access for the passenger over there. And then this top piece is actually separate, and each one of these drawers come out. Nothing's securing them. They are fabric drawers, and with the weight of the clothes in them, they barely move while we're driving. When we take a few hard, fast turns, they do slide out a bit, but we just push them right back in. It hasn't caused us any issues so far. These came from IKEA, and I handmade the leather handles myself. Right on the side of the cabinet are hooks to hang our jackets. Sometimes we hang our backpacks here. We have our hats. We also have our headlamps here. In the back, we have a little base. We have our gas containers tucked away. We used to have our Mr. Buddy heater, but we don't use that anymore. It's pretty big, and when our bed is out, we don't really have a safe space to put it anyway, so we kind of took that out. Next up, we have our bench seat made out of 3 pallets. Originally down here where the Jackery is was our portable camp toilet, but we didn't use it at all, so I figured why not do something else with it. I did have to modify this a little bit, move the legs out to fit our Jackery. Next to the Jackery are our shoes. Fits perfectly, I think. Behind the bench seat is a little room for storage as well. We have our little REI camp chairs. There's 2 back there. There's a tarp for if it rains. We have a little pee bottle, do not drink. There's also engine oil, engine coolant, and steering fluid for us to top off while we're on the road. Everything is secured with, well, the Jackery at least is secured by a bungee. The shoes don't get secured, they don't move at all. This is our bed. It comes out, it's slatted. When we originally bought the van, we decided to have a IKEA twin mattress and twin bed frame in here. And we got that for, I think, $10 off of Facebook Marketplace. Modified the bed 3 times. This is actually the 3rd rendition of our layout, but I think it works so much better. We have extra space. It's a little bigger than a twin mattress and a little smaller than a full. But underneath here, we usually have a green bin that we put either firewood or more camping supplies in here, and we strap it down with a bungee cord. We have a red Trader Joe's basket here that usually miscellaneous stuff. Also, if we want some more firewood, that goes in there. That fits in perfectly. If we have backpacks and we don't have enough space for our backpacks, then we put backpack right up front. We bungee everything right on the side of the door there. Right next to our bed is our cabinet. This is the newest addition to our build. So the cabinet is actually made with leftover 1/2-inch plywood that was from the subfloor. The way we cut the subfloor, we wanted to maximize the wood that was left over, and yeah, we didn't have to buy new plywood for this cabinet. The box up here fits our bear spray, sunblock, a little WD-40 bug spray, and some hand sanitizers. The bottom box here is our toiletry box. We have our toilet paper, extra sunblock right now, but a little mirror, baby wipes, kitty litter for when we're dispersed camping. Right next to here is our fire extinguisher, because we start a lot of fires for campfires, and it's there for emergency purposes. We have a magnet light that stays here. In a little cubby back here, we have a little pouch for our, what is it called? A peewee? Shiwi. Called a shiwi. That allows us to use the restroom in the van when we don't want to go out in the middle of the night. That goes well with our pee bottle. right down here in this little cubby. Perfect little spot for our telescoping camp light. We have our little foldable camp table. We have a tripod, and I actually made my own traveling fire poker. That's a nice little handle from a leftover t-shirt that I cut up. Nothing is holding this stuff to secure it. It actually is secured by its own sizes. Everything fits in there pretty perfectly, so they don't really move unless we brake really suddenly and really hard. That's when everything slides out. But if we're driving normally, nothing is moving around. So let me show you how the bed works. Slide the bottom piece out. Put this piece down. There is a fourth piece. So these are Amazon bench seats actually that we thought was really useful or easy to turn into a bed. Put that in, blanket down, and we're all set. Welcome to the inside of our van. So back here in the cabinet is our little parakeet Charlie and parrotlet Mary. This is our first time traveling with both of them, and they fit perfectly in this cabinet. I didn't build it for them. What usually goes in here are backpacks, clothes, additional dispersed camping accessories like our foldable toilet, grills, things of that nature. Up top, we have a little box for emergency kit, safety vests, straps, ratchet straps, and stuff like that. On top, we have additional emergency items. We have a life straw, instant cold pack, bug stuff, hot hands, and emergency blanket. We have a thing full of charging cables. We have a deck of cards in here and some other miscellaneous items. Back here is our little flash fish, which is what we use to charge our phones on. And yeah, normally the items in this area changes pretty frequently depending on where we're going, how we plan to camp, but it fits everything. Right back here is our water bottle. We use this, I think it's 1.5 gallons, maybe 2.5 gallons. We use this to wash our dishes, wash our hands, and right above it are accessories that we can turn it into our a shower if we need it to. All right, so on the side here, we decided to use beadboard. Up top, we used cedar boards. We didn't stain it or anything. We decided to go with this because they're good for moisture issues. Underneath all of this stuff, we have two types of insulation. We have iso poly foam boards, and we have these smart shields. I think the R value equals about 20, which keeps us pretty warm in here for cold nights and pretty cool for when it's hot outside. I made a bug net for here when we open up the windows. Windows also have Reflectix to prevent sun getting in here. I got tired of putting it in and taking it out, so it's permanently here now. We don't normally care for sunlight coming through that window anyway. Right up top here, I bought this IKEA, I don't know what it's called, but these are from IKEA. Nikki puts her eye mask in here, water bottle, wallet, and keys, whatever we need in the middle of the night. And she recently bought this little pepper spray for, you know, stranger danger. We didn't really know what to do with the space in between, or the transition between the cedar board and the wall space, or even back there to hide all of the cords. So I thought it would be a great idea to use these fake ivy that just runs across all of the ugly spots and it hides it. I wrapped it with little fairy lights and it works perfectly fine. Provides just enough light at night before bed and not too bright. All right, so back out here, we have our little propane tank. This is for when we disperse camp without a fire pit, or if there's fire restrictions, we can use our propane camp stove. When you open up the bottom, it was very important for me to find a Chevy Astro specifically with a hatch opening like this so that it's multifunctional. I'm really big on organization and multi-purpose things, so multifunctional was always at the top of my list. Down here, I made this custom shelf so that, you know, coffee, little things that can go up here when we're dispersed camping. We have a kitchen bin full of kitchen stuff. watch our kitchen tour. Right now we have Mickey's stand-up paddleboard, but normally what goes in here, we have our tire table. Best investment ever, although it was gifted to us. But if you guys want something that's easy to set up, especially when you disperse camping, highly recommend the tire table. Sometimes we have our dispersed camping toilet tent. Set up a tent, do your business in there, changing and stuff like that. We have our little room, this telescoping as well. If you need to clean up a campsite to set up your tent, that's perfect for that. Have a little hatchet. On the left-hand side, we currently have our Coleman 2-burner grill and our life jackets. Further in there, I don't want to show you right now, but further inside, we have a leveling kit back there. We also have a straw mat for when we do picnics on the beach or at the park. And yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, now we're gonna show you the front of the van. So there's not as much to show, but essentially we have some more storage here on the side. We've got solar light. Shout out Sabrina for the solar light. There's a bug net. So when we go to bed each night, we crack the windows and we put the bug net in so they don't get into the side. There's also napkins, and sometimes I shove other stuff in there. Next up, we're going to talk about one of our favorite things about the van, which is our swivel seat. Shout out to Derek at Ironcloud Metalworks. You can check out our other YouTube video of the install if you want to see what goes into that. But right now I'll show you how it works. So first, you need to undo the safety. There's a little bolt here you need to unscrew. Keeps you safe while you're driving. And then, I always get this wrong, I always forget, but essentially I can turn it around with the fridge in the van, which is nice. We don't have to move that out, but it needs to be in the all the way back position. And you also need to be mindful of the seatbelt thing. So once you've unscrewed it and you have it in the right position, there's a little lever down here and you can just swing it all the way around. And if you go pretty quickly, you can just do it smoothly like I just did. If I'm too slow, it will get stopped in one of the other positions, because one cool thing about this swivel seat is there's, I think, 6 different places you can stop. So I could swing it all the way around and face outside if I want, but we usually set it up like this. Once it's in the right position, then I move it all the way forward and I can lean it back and I can sit in here and hang out with Hani while she's in the bed, or it's a lot easier to get dressed here. There's just way more room.
And right back here behind the driver's seat, we have all of our emergency gear, which is, battery jump starter. We have a tire inflator. We have tire stops and first aid kit and a tire repair kit, actually. Underneath the seat, we stored a little more items. We have our camp hammock. We have a chain thing to cut down branches if we need firewood, and some extra bungees for whatever we need it for. And that concludes the end of our updated van tour. Let us know in the comments if there's anything that you thought was really cool, or if there's anything that you would do differently. As always, thanks for watching.